Hey, what's up? The Brew Dude is back here with another beer. We have Cooper's Brewery Original Pale Ale, bottle fermented, family brewed. Now, before we get into the beer, I do want to apologize. I haven't posted a video in about a few days. I got really sick. I guess there's a stomach flu going around, and that thing beat me up. So, and to top that all off, I was involved in a hit and run accident. Somebody hit me, ran, so dealing with all that stuff. I haven't been able to post a video, but now I'm back to post videos for you so that you can go out, find a beer, and enjoy your experience with it. With that, let's move on to the beer. What we're here for. Brewed in Australia. Kosher. No additives, no preservatives. Bottle conditioned. Original Pale Ale. Okay. 4.5% alcohol by volume. Produced and bottled by Cooper's Brewery, Regency Park, South Australia. Imported by Total Beverage Solutions. Alright. Well, this is part of the last brew reveal that I did. This is one of the beers. I got it at Total Wine. Yeah, was it Total Wine? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I got it at Total Wine because that's where I get all my beers at, usually. You know, we have a beverage more, but Total Wine itself, you can just mix and match your own six-pack. Beverage more, they don't have a lot of that options. Bevmo, so I do a lot of it at Total Wine. I do not work there, just FYI. So here it is. Cooper's Brewery. Pale Ale. It's unfiltered, so you can see sediment, man. It looks like rust in water. I'm excited to taste it. Flip it upside really quick just so we can get that sediment to mix into the beer. I'm not shaking it. I'm just flipping it upside down that way. The sediment gets reintroduced back into the beer. So when I pour it, I get the true flavor of the beer. Why does sediment happen? Well, sediment's from, it all depends. So if you have a filtered beer, after it ferments out, people filter it, pass it through this very micron filter. It removes the large particles. But as you put something in the refrigerator, the coldness kind of just makes almost everything inside the beer or water or anything just settle to the bottom. So what happens here, the reason we have all this sediment, first of all, is bottle conditioned, which means, and it says it is bottle conditioned, which is after it's fermented out, to carbonate it, they usually put it back in the bottle, add a little bit of sugar, seal it up, and the yeast that's already in there starts eating the sugar, producing CO2, but it's being trapped inside the bottle, so the bottle is being carbonated, the beer is being carbonated, but once that yeast eats all the sugar, its byproducts and everything, it just falls. It has nowhere else to go. It doesn't get filtered out. So it falls to the bottom of the bottle and it just sits there like a little cape. So the sediment's not bad. It's just yeast and everything else of the beer. It's like the flavor of the food, right? When cooking, flavor, this is exactly what it is. I'm not a big fan of beer filtering. I just feel like you remove flavor from the beer. There's many other methods to condition a beer. Anyway, this one specifically is not a brewing lesson, but maybe in the future we can get one going. Let me smell it from the bottle. It smells really good. It almost has a little raisin smell to it. It smells sweet, malty. It smells really, really good. A little citrusy from the hops. It smells good. Let's pour it. Look at that. Cloudy, pale ale color. Just nice pale. Sediment rich. I'm just going to grab a little bit of the rest in there. I'm not shaking it. I'm stirring it to reintroduce every last piece of sediment into the beer. That smells good. And you know what's really nostalgic about it is that I brew at home, right? I don't brew big setups or anything. 5-gallon, setup is usually what I have. I mean, I do have a brew kettle that will, homemade brew kettle that will fit about 15 gallons of brew, but I don't have a lot of place to put it. But anyway, it has that kind of homebrew smell. It smells really, really good. It's that nostalgia. I just feel it like, man, I've smelled this before. Grainy, sweet bread, citrusy, almost like a sweet pastry with a little bit of citrus cream in there or on there, glaze. Kind of that homebrew kind of rustic smell to it. Hard to explain, but it's like home cooking, and then it's like smelling a burger from home. Like you cook a burger at home, or you bought it at like a McDonald's or a big chain. They have a big different scent, and this has like a home kind of Philly warmth to it, and I think it's from that bottle conditioning. Great color, almost has like a mango juice color to it. Very, very translucent. Well, it's hazy. I wouldn't call it opaque because it does not block light. It does block my vision. I can't see through it. Has a translucent when it comes to light, but it's opaque when it comes to my eyes, kind of seeing through. But it has that mango, raw, mature mango color to it. The head, I didn't give it an opportunity to make a big head, but the small amount that it did have, it's kind of just staying on there. I mean, at 4.5% alcohol, I should expect a larger head. Maybe if I would have poured it a little bit stronger, I would have. But just based on this, I don't see a lot of it. A lot of sediment. I'm telling you, it looks like a powdered mixed drink. Wonderful scent. I like the color. I like that. I don't want to call it unfiltered, but it is unfiltered because it is bottle conditioned. Let's taste it. It's good. It's amazing how sometimes the visual of the beer, a lot of times how a beer looks and smells, you can actually almost predict what it's going to taste like. But then there's exceptions to beers. Sometimes exactly what it looks like and what it smells like is completely opposite of what it's going to taste like. And this is one of them. When it poured and the way it looks, I'm expecting a fuller bodied beer that's going to be lingering and maybe even kind of slick. But this one's not. It's actually pretty dry, and it's almost like to a little over light bodied. It doesn't look as carbonated as I thought, but it is more carbonated than I expected. The carbonation is pretty high. It's a biting carbonation. Based on the scent, I was expecting sweet and high citrus, but I don't get that. I almost get some type of Pilsner taste, musky grains, just that pungent grain to it. It's bready, it's toasty, white bread crust that just been sitting in the back just a little longer than you should have it, right? I don't want to call it spoiled, or I don't want to call it moldy, but that bread crust that just kind of spent a little bit more and developed this musty kind of pungent smell. That's the taste that I'm getting. Ends a little citrusy, not bitter at all. IBUs are way low on this, but it's a good beer. It has that home cooked, home brew feel to it, which I love. I do like this beer a lot, and I do recommend that you go try it. Cooper's Original Pale Ale, bottle conditioned, 4.5% alcohol. Definitely a good beer. So when you look at it, you're expecting more. It's one of those beers that the way it looks and smells is not the way it tastes. But it does not taste bad. It actually tastes really good. And I will buy this again and enjoy it. For the first beer in a few days, well, about 5 or 6 days for me, definitely satisfied. Definitely want to try. Definitely want to share. Thank you for watching. And stay tuned for the next beers that are coming with after this one. And with that said, the Brew Dude is out.